The road is changing, and in 2026, the definition of a luxury SUV is no longer what it used to be. Something bold, something aggressive, something unexpectedly powerful has arrived to rewrite the rules completely. The all-new Kia Sorento 4X Super Premium doesn't just enter the segment, it storms in with confidence, carrying a presence that feels far beyond its class. At first glance, the design speaks louder than words ever could. The front fascia commands attention with a wider, more aggressive tiger nose grille that feels sharper, more dominant, more alive. The vertical LED daytime running lights slice through the air like blades of light, creating a futuristic signature that instantly separates it from everything else on the road. This is not evolution, this is transformation. As the body stretches across the road, every line tells a story of precision and intention. The sculpted sides flow effortlessly, blending aerodynamic efficiency with muscular strength. The stance is lower, wider, more planted, giving it an unmistakable road dominance that feels both luxurious and athletic at the same time. Every curve reflects light in a way that feels almost alive, as if the vehicle itself is breathing. And then comes the moment where everything connects, the rear. A seamless LED light bar stretches across the back, glowing with a bold, modern identity. It doesn't just look premium, it feels like something out of the future. This is where design meets emotion, where engineering meets art. Step inside, and the world changes instantly. The cabin doesn't just welcome you, it surrounds you. A curved dual display setup stretches elegantly across the dashboard, merging technology with design in a way that feels effortless and futuristic. Every pixel, every animation, every response is smooth, sharp, and precise. This is not just a screen, it's an experience. The materials elevate everything: soft touch surfaces, premium leather seating, refined stitching. Every detail is crafted to create an environment that feels calm, luxurious, and deeply immersive. The seats don't just provide comfort, they embrace you, offering support that transforms even the longest journeys into effortless experiences. Ambient lighting flows across the cabin like a quiet pulse, creating a sense of atmosphere that adapts to your mood. At night, the interior becomes something magical, a personal lounge on wheels, where every drive feels like an escape from the outside world. And then there's the sound. A premium Bose sound system surrounds you with clarity so precise, so rich, that every note feels alive. It's not just audio, it's emotion, filling the cabin with energy, turning every drive into a cinematic experience. But beneath the beauty, beneath the luxury, lies something even more impressive: power. The 2.5-liter turbocharged engine is where the Sorento reveals its true character. With up to 281 horsepower and a surge of torque that responds instantly, the acceleration feels smooth, controlled, yet undeniably powerful. It doesn't shout, it delivers. Paired with an advanced all-wheel drive system, the Sorento 4X adapts to every surface, every condition, every challenge. Snow, mud, sand, the terrain modes transform the driving experience, giving you confidence no matter where the road leads. This isn't just about getting from one place to another, it's about conquering the journey itself. The handling is refined, balanced, and responsive. Whether navigating tight city streets or cruising on open highways, the Sorento feels composed, stable, and incredibly precise. Every movement feels intentional, every turn feels controlled, every moment feels connected. And yet, despite its power, efficiency has not been forgotten. Hybrid and plug-in hybrid options bring a new dimension to the experience, offering impressive fuel economy without sacrificing performance. It's a reminder that the future of driving isn't just powerful, it's intelligent. Technology continues to redefine the experience. Advanced driver assistance systems work seamlessly in the background, watching, adapting, protecting. From lane keeping to adaptive cruise control, from collision avoidance to 360-degree awareness, every system is designed to give you confidence without ever feeling intrusive. It's like having an invisible co-pilot, always ready, always aware. Connectivity flows effortlessly through the vehicle. Wireless integration, digital key access, over-the-air updates, everything feels modern, intuitive, and ahead of its time. The Sorento doesn't just keep up with technology, it leads with it. Space transforms practicality into comfort. With 3 rows of seating, the Sorento adapts to every lifestyle. Families, adventures, long journeys, there's room for everything. The flexibility of the cabin ensures that no matter what you carry, no matter where you go, the vehicle evolves with you. And then comes the feeling, the one thing that numbers, specs, and features can't fully capture. It's the feeling of confidence as you take the wheel. The feeling of control as the road opens ahead. The feeling of luxury as every detail surrounds you. The feeling of knowing that you're driving something that truly stands out. This is where the Sorento changes everything. Because it doesn't try to compete, it redefines the standard. It brings luxury closer, performance sharper, technology smarter. It takes everything you expect from an SUV, and pushes it further. And suddenly, the question is no longer whether it's good enough. The question becomes, what could possibly match it? In a world filled with options, where every brand promises more, the 2026 Kia Sorento 4X Super Premium delivers something rare: balance. A perfect fusion of design, power, comfort, and intelligence, all working together in harmony. This isn't just a vehicle. It's a statement that luxury doesn't have to be unreachable. A statement that performance doesn't have to be aggressive to be powerful. A statement that the future isn't coming, it's already here. And as the journey continues, as the road stretches endlessly ahead, one thing becomes clear. The 2026 Kia Sorento isn't just part of the future of SUVs. And just when you think you've seen everything this SUV has to offer, that's when the real emotion begins to build. Because the 2026 Sorento is not just about power, not just about technology, and not just about design. It's about a feeling that grows stronger the longer you stay with it. The moment the engine starts, there's a quiet confidence that fills the space. It doesn't roar aggressively, it doesn't try too hard. Instead, it delivers something far more powerful: control. The road ahead suddenly feels wider, smoother, more exciting, and as the vehicle begins to move, there's a sense of calm strength that only a truly premium SUV can create. Every acceleration feels effortless, every turn feels precise, every second behind the wheel feels like a step into the future. This is where the transformation happens. Because this isn't the kind of SUV that tries to impress for just a few seconds. This is the kind of SUV that grows on you with every kilometer. The design becomes more striking. The comfort becomes more noticeable. The technology becomes more intuitive. And slowly, almost without realizing it, the experience becomes unforgettable. The lights begin to glow more beautifully as the day fades. The interior becomes quieter, more peaceful, more luxurious. The ambient lighting starts to feel like a calm heartbeat inside the cabin. The digital displays shine with perfect clarity. The sound system surrounds you with depth that feels cinematic. And suddenly, the Sorento stops feeling like a machine, and starts feeling like a companion. And this is the moment where the emotion hits the hardest. Because in a world where most SUVs feel the same, where everything starts to look similar, where performance often replaces personality, the 2026 Sorento dares to be different. It dares to feel emotional. It dares to feel exciting again. It dares to remind you why you fell in love with driving in the first place. There's confidence in its stance, strength in its design, intelligence in its technology, and luxury in every single detail. It's not trying to follow the market, it's trying to lead it. And the most powerful part is this: it doesn't feel like something made only for the rich. It feels like something made for people who want more from life. More comfort, more confidence, more presence, more excitement, more freedom, because that's what this SUV represents. Freedom to go further, freedom to travel smarter, freedom to enjoy every single journey without compromise. Whether it's a calm night drive through a quiet city or a long road stretching endlessly into the distance, the Sorento feels ready. Always confident, and as the journey continues, the design begins to feel even more powerful than before. The front grille looks sharper. The LED lights look more futuristic. The body lines look stronger. The presence becomes impossible to ignore. This is not just a car that blends into traffic, this is a car that stands above it. This is where the wow moment becomes real. Because suddenly you realize something surprising. This SUV is not trying to compete with other midsize SUVs anymore. It feels like it's competing with luxury brands. It feels more refined, more advanced, more complete, and once that thought enters your mind, it becomes impossible to ignore. The 2026 Sorento is not just a new model. It's a statement that the future of luxury SUVs is changing right now. And that's exactly why this moment feels so powerful. Because you're not just looking at a new vehicle. You're looking at something that represents the next step in design, the next step in technology, and the next step in what people expect from an SUV. And as the story reaches this point, one question becomes stronger than ever. What happens next? What happens when a vehicle this powerful, this stylish, this advanced becomes available to everyone? What happens when a luxury-level experience stops being limited to expensive brands? What happens when one SUV changes the expectations of an entire market? That's when the real impact begins. Because this isn't just another launch. This isn't just another update. This is the moment where one SUV changes the game completely. And the most emotional part of this entire journey is this. It doesn't try to be perfect. It tries to be unforgettable. And sometimes, unforgettable is far more powerful than perfect. The road keeps moving forward. The future keeps getting closer. And the 2026 Kia Sorento keeps proving, second after second, that it was built not just to compete, but to dominate. The design, the power, the technology, the emotion, it all builds to this one defining moment. A moment where the 2026 Sorento stops being just a vehicle, and becomes something far greater. Something that stays with you long after the engine is turned off. Because the truth is, cars are everywhere. Every road is filled with them. Every brand promises something new. Every model claims to be better than the last. But very few leave a mark. And that's exactly where this changes. Because the 2026 Sorento doesn't just move forward, it makes you feel like you're moving forward in life. It becomes more than transportation. It becomes progress. It becomes ambition. It becomes a symbol of how far you've come, and how far you're about to go. There's something powerful about that feeling. The feeling of stepping into something that reflects your growth, your mindset, your vision. And as the world moves faster, louder, more demanding, the Sorento creates a space that feels calm, controlled, and completely yours. And that's the real luxury. Not just leather seats, not just digital screens, not just horsepower, but peace, confidence, presence. The kind of presence that turns heads without trying. The kind of confidence that doesn't need to prove anything. The kind of experience that feels complete in every sense of the word. And as the final moments of this journey unfold, one realization becomes impossible to ignore. This isn't just a smart choice. It's an emotional one. Because once you experience it, once you understand it, once you feel it, there's no going back to ordinary. The expectations change. The standard changes. Everything changes, and suddenly, every other SUV starts to feel the same. Predictable, familiar, safe. But the 2026 Sorento, it feels bold, it feels different, it feels alive, and that's the difference between something you drive, and something you remember. Because years from now, when people look back at this moment, they won't just see another SUV launch. They'll see the point where everything shifted. The point where luxury became smarter. Where performance became smoother, where technology became more human. The point where one SUV quietly, but confidently, changed the game. And maybe that's the most powerful part of all. It doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to prove itself. It simply exists, and that's enough. Because true dominance doesn't come from being the loudest. It comes from being undeniable. And the 2026 Kia Sorento 4X Super Premium is exactly that. Undeniable, unforgettable, unstoppable.